This is the week 3 presentation, and this is by Robert Michael Paisley, and this is class GRC 605-2019, and Professor Ming is our professor. Here is my SurveyMonkey survey that we had for the class, and you can see the URL that I had. And talking about SurveyMonkey, while working with it, it was found to be easy. We could add the questions that we wanted to be able to get the audience that we wanted to answer our questions. I had to think about the reasons I wanted to have the survey, because that allowed me to be able to get the questions that I wanted and the information that I wanted relevant, so that to get the data, so it could help my company and see how well they may be doing. Although many people may not want to talk about their management, and so we left it anonymous so that the people can give their answers without thinking that they have been or will get in trouble. So we left these. You could use this survey, log on, and give those questions so that it helps you get the right data that you need. And so what we wanted was to allow the workers to give some valuable feedback about their management and decide if they're doing what they think is good for the company and for them. People tend to want to do things better, and they want things to run better. So being able to give these questions and get the answers or the solutions in the survey will help management and or HR know that they're doing a good job. Again, answering these questions and not knowing that they'll get in trouble is something that's very important. So the anonymous really helped. This SurveyMonkey allows you to do good surveys based on what areas you may need to get. They had many situations and templates to use for people to make the right survey. These questions could be made up, or maybe these questions could be already in the template and you just pick and choose, so that maybe you can't think of the right things. And so SurveyMonkey allowed you to get that and get that information for you. So it was good to see that you can do that. But in this exercise, of course, we wanted to use questions that we thought of to be able to give us the data that we wanted and put it in words that we wanted, and so instead of using the templates and the generic things that we had. So next I have the questions that I put in my 5-question survey, and again, you can go to this link here that you see, or you can just see the questions I had next. So question 1 here is how is management doing in the workplace? So this is really just a generic question. We gave them 3 answers that will be the same, so that they can have some open-ended answers, and that we could actually have data that is right on the money of the answers, so that they didn't go off and we couldn't use the data that they had. So how reasonable is management? And then we have these generic things here: extremely, very, moderately, slightly, or not at all reasonable. Question 2 here. How relevant is the information management uses when making decisions? Again, we use the same setup for the extremely, very, moderately, slightly, or not at all relevant, so that these questions could be right on the money. We get the answer that we want to use, so we could have 10 of these, 5 of these, 6 of these, so we can really see where we're at instead of having words that are all over the place. Third question here is, how helpful is management with employee career development planning? So again, we got rid of the relevant, but we've got extremely, very, moderately, slightly, not at all helpful. So again, in the question we say how helpful, so we use that in our answers of how helpful they can be. How helpful is the feedback management gives to employees? Again, how helpful? So we got extremely, very, somewhat, not so, not at all helpful. So again, these will give us answers that we can use data to get that information from. And last question, how well does management understand the cultural needs of employees? Again, how well? So well is our key word there. Extremely, very, moderately, slightly, not at all. And so we get to choose, or the employees can choose from those and get information we have. And lastly, any questions or answers that here on my brief presentation for week 3, please send them to me. Thank you, and have a great day.